because if people do find out, sometimes they're nice about it, but most of the time they have a weird visceral reaction like, "Oh no, did I do something to you to warrant that? Did I hurt you in any way?" I don't know. Maybe because in some cases, even if it's for a brief second, they feel like, "Oh, you were trying to trick me." And I'm like, "Right, right, because I care about because you're a random dude on the internet. So yeah, I have a benefit in tricking you, right? I don't even know you, but I could trick you, of course. No, I really can't, though. That's the thing. But you get that visceral reaction, and then even if you try not to care about it, and as much as you say, this doesn't make me feel any worse about myself, it fucking does. I don't know. Yeah. The other thing that I think is interesting is like, because of my voice, because like realistically, like this is a higher tone than what I'm naturally speaking, but like this is what I would naturally sound like. Versus a lot of people think that I would like, oh, your voice must be super deep. I'm like, yes, but not as deep as you think. So in my head, I'm like, well, even if my voice does sound quote unquote correct, then I'm like, well, is it too correct? Because of the response that I get on it. And I do really feel like I'm just ranting here, and I will probably look this over to make sure that I look okay. But yeah, not much. Just it is a lot to deal with. You know, you think to yourself, you're like, oh, I think I was doing better than I was. And then you look at old pictures of yourself and you're like, oh, wow, I thought that I looked so good, but I look like a fucking ogre. And you're like, oh, wow, shit. Damn, do I really look that bad? And the answer is yes. You really do look that bad, but it's okay. You know, the vast majority of people look really shitty, myself included, so it's okay, right? It's okay to look really shitty. Because the other thing is, in your real life relationships, assuming that they get a better sense of your personality and whatnot, and I think since I'm a very talkative person, most people that I interact with and have good relations with, they understand who I am to a pretty good extent. They I think they look more at my personality than my appearance. I would hope if you're my friend for 7 years, then you would not be looking at my face and being like, "You're fucking hideous." But I mean, maybe. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky that I didn't lose that many friends when I did start. But that's really because I've always kind of been self-conscious of that and really worried about the perceptions that other people have of me. So I made sure to avoid making friends with people who I thought would not accept me because I knew that I probably would do it at some point. Um, that would not be accepting of that thought because I had known that I had negative experiences with people who did. And yeah, I mean, I've always had issues. So there is that. Yeah. Being told that you're gross is really weird. And it doesn't happen as much from people in real life. But in the case that it does happen from real life, it's like, oh shit. And for me, I don't think that like now that I think about it, if I look back, I'm like, oh yeah, I really didn't pass as well as I thought I did. Because a lot of people, I mean, yes, there are plenty of people that, like, when I was not transitioned yet, they're like, wow, you're not a girl? Or, that's crazy. But then when I started to transition, it suddenly turned into, you're a girl, really? I don't know if it's my demeanor or what, but it's something. And yeah, I try to be happy about it, but it is really a lot to deal with. And yeah, I don't know. Also, if somebody tells you like, "Oh, you have mental problems," I'm like, "Gee, you think I don't fucking know? I think I know." And I mean, having deep rooted insecurity of yourself is I yeah, it's a problem that I have, because I really don't know, um, what don't I know? Sorry. Give me 1 second to express what I was gonna say. Um, but like, for example, I'm looking over this and thinking, like, to myself, I'm like, wow, I'm so inarticulate and I can't express my thoughts in a way that is coherent. And that just makes me this stupid, I don't know, for lack of better words, this stupid fuckwit. And I'm just like, okay, well, shit. Um, but it really goes into everything. I mean, if you worry about your voice, suddenly you worry about the way that you talk to people, you worry about your gestures, you worry about the word choice that you use, and what facial expressions I made, and does this facial expression make my jaw look weird? Can I look up in this certain situation? Does this lighting allow me to have a better scope of the room because of that? Or is it, for visibility of certain protruding areas of my neck? Things like that you previously wouldn't have thought about, and the vast majority of people aren't thinking about, because believe it or not, if you look up for half a second, they're not going to notice unless they're like really in your shit. And if they are, then I won't want to be around you, okay? Shit. And I hate that it gets in the way of conversation with people, because sometimes, especially online, I mean, in person, I think it's harder to sit there and say, I don't want to talk to you, than it is online. But, and also people tend to be nicer in person, which is another thing that makes you question yourself. Because you sit there and yourself, they probably think that I'm the most disgusting creature on the planet, and they're just being nice to me. And in reality, they just look at you, they're like, and if you tell them that, they look at you like you're insane. They're like, what do you mean? I think that you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy, I promise. But you don't know that. So it's like, it's really confusing for a lot of the time. And you have to sit there and wonder to yourself, you're just like, okay. And it gets in the way, and it's really hurtful. And it's actually less hurtful in person because, well, I can just punch you in the face. I've never punched anyone, but I know it. I think I'd be a decent punch since I have really fat ass knuckles. So I'd probably be a decent punch. But I can't do that to somebody online. I don't know. Maybe I should just like not be online at all. Shit. I tried to stop being online like a few months ago. Actually, no, not even a few months ago. About a month ago. And I, it didn't work very well. I think I maintained it for about 2 weeks. Yeah, it sucks. Because it's as shitty as it makes you feel, it's addictive. Because you're like, I need to hear from other people, because there's 1,000 people that say you look like shit, and you sound like a fucking bitch, and you're an annoying ass bitch, and oh, you insert derogatory term. And I have to, and I'm like, okay, well, that sucks. Yeah. But in the same sense, there's like 3 people that'll be like, you get a nice conversation with, and you're like, I have to go back now. I have to go back now for more. I don't know why I like torturing myself, but I do. And a lot of people do. It's weird. I don't know. It takes a lot to take that stuff humorously. It does. It takes a lot. I don't know. I think I'm getting better at it, but shit, it sucks. Hopefully, I mean, I don't care about monetization or anything, but hopefully, like, this doesn't get suppressed because I curse too many times. I know I curse a lot. Um, yeah. I guess have a good day. Um, yeah. And don't tell me that I look like a horse or that I don't pass in the comments, because I know that I do and that I don't. So just avoid it. Um, yeah. Have a good day.